All right, we need to have a chat. And the chat is that you already know what you need to do in order to grow your business. And there's some reason out there why you're not doing it. I just got a message from one of my agents that said, instead of telling me I need to read more, you can just tell me to shut up, listen, and trust the process. Learn the damn scripts. Thank you. And the reality here is you already know what you need to do to grow your business, wherever you're at. I already know what I need to do to grow my business. And any time I spend not doing that is completely wasted time. So in this video, I thought it would be a good use of our time to just have a conversation of why we don't do the things we need to do. Because I can speak from experience as far as why I haven't in the past. And for you as a salesperson, and even if you're a team leader, but specifically as a salesperson, why and what you need to be doing. So why I don't do what I already need, what I know I need to do. Now, with a big fat caveat that we are doing what we need to do to grow the business, which is why our business has grown 30 to 40% every single year over year. And I'm filming this in October. We've already hit our goal for the entire year, and we have a whole quarter left to go. So we are going to far surpass our goals for this year, and next year is going to be a massive growth year. Why is that? It is literally because we do what we know we need to do to grow the business. So why doesn't everybody just do that? Well, it sounds simple, but it's simple. It's not easy to do the work. Here's the reality. Most real estate agents get absolutely lost in a sea of new shiny things. They want to go sign up for everything. They want to do everything. And I say most real estate agents, I was super guilty of this. I'm saying right now that our business is growing because we're doing the things. But for the first 3 years of my career, we did not grow and we lost tons of money because I was chasing all the shiny pennies and doing anything but the things that I knew were going to grow the business. So as a salesperson, here's the reality. Have your proven sales process. If you are any level successful right now, you probably already have a sales process. And if you don't, use ours. It works for sure. I'm going to talk to you as if you were an agent on my team. We know for sure our sales process works. Down to say these words with this tone, and people will say yes to the thing you're asking them to do. We know that because we've done the repetitions thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I did them tons with customers when I was selling, and now we have trained 100 salespeople to do the same thing. It works. Just learn the script. Most people, most salespeople, most real estate agents will not just learn the script. They will not sit down and grab the book and read the words enough times to actually memorize them. And then if they practice them enough, they don't do it enough. So let me share a couple of stories. Before I got into the real estate business, I was in the dealership industry. Now, if you didn't know that, I was in the finance side. So we made a pitch for people to buy shit. And it was the same pitch to every single person, every single time. Exactly the same thing every time. Because that's how I was trained. And once that pitch was dialed in, it was just rinse and repeat, but it took time to dial it in. Not very long, like weeks. Once it was dialed in, every single customer that I sat with, the standard practice in our dealership, I didn't even know role playing was a thing. Standard practice in our dealership was if I sat with a customer, whether I sold them or not, I would walk into my coworker's office if he was free, and I would say, hey, this is what happened. I said this, they said that. What would you have done differently? And we would literally go back and forth rehashing the situation. We're refining the script, refining objection handling. Well, you could have said this, you could have gone with this strategy instead of the one you did, whatever it was. And then my partner would finish his sales, and then he would come into my office and we would do the same thing. So we both sat with about 12 customers per day. What ended up happening was we role played 24 times a day in between sales. And this was working 12 to 14 hours a day. So it's not like we had nothing better to do. It was the most important thing. I don't think either one of us at the time knew that that was sales training. We were just like, hey, we want to get better. We want to increase our numbers. We want to do better for the department. We want to make more money. That was just common practice. And it was why my sales ability increased so dramatically. But most real estate agents, even with the structure of our team, can't even show up for a once a week role play in person. Either because they can't get out of bed at 8 o'clock in the morning to be there by 9 o'clock, or because they think they already know it all. And if you're selling less than $10 million a year, I promise you don't know it all. And the reality is, on our team, the agents that are the most successful just do the process, like literally. And the agents that are the most successful, usually for our team, are newer to the business and don't have to, they don't use all their bad habits that they had from wherever they were at before. So if you just had a script, and with our team, there's about 5 or 6 different scripts that you need to know that are like not even a paragraph. They're small. And once you memorize those, which you could do this week, you could do today, is the next thing is you should dial in your presentation, right? Your buyer presentation, your listing presentation. If you only work with buyers, then forget the listing presentation, only work with buyers. I talk with new agents who are struggling to convert buyers, and they're like, well, tell me the listing presentation. Why? Let's just focus on the thing that's already, that we need to focus on. So the reason why most real estate agents don't do what they need to do is they know what they need to do. They know it's going to take work, and they say, yeah, well, that thing over there looks more shiny, more fun, more whatever. I'm going to try to do that instead of the thing that's in front of you that you know you need to do. Here's the reality of being a real estate agent, the agent side. Building a business, we can talk about differently. Your job is to master your sales process and to do the same thing with every single customer, the same way, the same thing every single time, so that you get better at it over time, so that you do a better job for your customers. And the reality is, your customers in this industry, more than anything, your customers, you're doing them a disservice if you do not get them to work with you. And I don't say get them to, or convince them or persuade them, whatever. But if I genuinely felt that if a customer did not work with me, it was my fault that they were going to go to work with somebody else, their aunt, who doesn't have a clue what she's doing, and they were going to have a terrible experience. They were going to overpay. They were going to get screwed. They were not going to get the repairs because they worked with an agent that didn't know what they're doing. And it's my fault that they did not see more value in me than their hairdresser or whatever. So this is a message totally different from the normal tactical stuff, but this is the message for you to just go learn the scripts, just go do the thing you already know you need to do. You know you should probably be talking to more people. How many conversations do you need to have every single day? How many conversations do you need to have every single week? I looked at it with my team that if you on my team on average have 20 conversations a week for a day, doing mental math here. If you can have 4 conversations a day, you make 100 grand. Take home. Not very many businesses you can do that. But the reality is in our business, real estate, the bar is so low to be successful that if you can just have 4 conversations, which for us is logged into the CRM, a 2-minute phone call with somebody. 4 of those per day, you'll make $100,000. That is how low the bar is to be successful. Most agents don't even try. Most agents don't even wake up, get dressed, do anything. I say that and I'm wearing a hoodie. It is not that hard to be really successful in this business. It just takes you doing the things you need to do over a long period of time, consistently, and doing them at a high level. There's 2 quotes we have at our office. Work works, fact, and then do the basics at a high level consistently is a Phil Jones quote. So we have those 2 things in our office, and I just always constantly point back to them because there was nothing that I did magical in my first 2 years of selling to do over $1.1 million in GCI. I simply just talked to more people. I spent more money on advertising than anybody I knew. Therefore, I talked to more people than anybody I knew. Therefore, I sold more than most real estate agents, certainly in their second year. And I give that as the message, not to make me sound wonderful, but there was no magic to it. Like, did it help that I had a CRM? I didn't even have a CRM, honestly, most of my time selling, which makes me sick because I wonder how much money I left on the table. I barely had a website for half of the time. I didn't make content. I didn't do I didn't do anything with my past clients. I didn't ask for referrals. I didn't do any of that stuff. I just talked to more people. And if I would have known what I know now, I would have probably doubled my sales by doing all those other things. But I never would have left the fact that I just needed to talk to more people. And I talk to my agents all the time. They're like, I'm just struggling. I'm not hitting my things. Like, guys, if I needed, and I don't sell at all. If you don't know me, I don't even know if I did an intro. I'm just on one right now. I haven't sold since 21. So 22, 23, 24. This is my 4th year of not selling. I sold for 2 is my 4th year of not selling. And if I needed to go sell and make $100,000 take home right now, even with my team, like my team splits everything, what would I do? I would literally just go have conversations with people in our CRM. We have 14,000 leads in our pond that everybody has access to. I would jump in there. I would just make phone calls and I would try to have conversations, and I put people in 2 different buckets. Here's your tactical. Every single conversation you have, they're going in 1 of 2 buckets, or 3, I guess. First bucket, buying right now or selling right now. Fantastic. Set next steps, set an appointment, get a consult. This bucket, not moving anytime soon. Set them up for nurture. Talk to them every 30 to 60 days for the rest of forever and make a game plan that they agree to. Third bucket, if they do not agree to do anything with you, trash them. That's it. Every single conversation you have, they're either moving now, they're moving later, or they never want to talk to you again. Those are the 3 outcomes for every conversation you have. And the more people you talk to, the more people are going to fall into this bucket. Even if your sales skills are 0 and you just talk to people and say, hey, are you buying or selling in the next 90 days? Somebody's going to say yes. And then they're going to go in this bucket. If you add in any level of sales skills, which you watch any videos that I make or any content that I make, you're going to find plenty of that. But even if you just literally ask strangers, are you looking to buy or sell in the next 90 days? Some amount of people are going to say yes. They're in this bucket. Everybody else goes in long-term nurture bucket. You add value to them long-term, spend very little time on that. You want to be able to spend 80% of your time on this bucket. The only way you do that is talk to more people. This is the number one reason why most agents don't double, triple, quadruple their income is they get busy doing nonsense and then they stop having conversations. They're like, oh, I'm trying to do more point of view, day in the life real estate agent stuff, right? Like I should probably be taking a selfie right now and saying like, hey guys, I'm making content. I'm doing my thing, right? But the reality is that thing going to make money right now? If I need to make money right now, I don't care about this at all. The only reason I'm doing it now is because we're playing the long-term games. Why I'm making long-form content for the last 3 years that nobody watches so that it starts to compound long over time. But if you just need to make money right now, there's nothing better. There is nothing else, period, than this phone, or you can go door knocking. Pick, but you need to have conversations and you put people in those 3 different buckets. Now, here's a quick plug. Is if you go to the link in the description below and join this community here, you can go to the classroom. Once you join, go to the classroom, go to the sales masterclass, and you have our literal entire sales process, including all of the scripts. So here's what I was talking about earlier, is when we have an agent on our team, the first thing we have them do is we have them, one, go through the entire sales process and learn it. The thing that they need to memorize is they need to memorize the scripting. So if I come down here, pitch strategy session. So how long is it going to take you? I'm highlighting this on my screen here. How long is it going to take you to memorize these words? So based on everything you've shared with me so far, here's what I do for all my clients in your position. It's this thing we call a home buyer strategy session. This is where we talk about 3 major things. First is what our clients are doing to take advantage of the market. Second is how we keep you protected through the entire process. And third is how we can get you the best deal possible regardless of the circumstances. That sound like a bad idea to set up? You can probably tell that I've said that before, and I have not talked to a client in 4 years. You should get very, very good at saying this, and you should say it every single time. I took this part out because a lot of agents can't deliver that, so I should probably take that out for here as well too. But anyway, master this. Master this portion here. This does not take very long to memorize. If you just took the rest of the next 2 hours to memorize this, you'd probably have it memorized. And then you can memorize the next script, which is right here, which we call window shopping. Then you have the next, which is pitching the market update. And then you have entire our buyer strategy sessions of the live consultation. Highly, highly recommend that you go through and do this. And this is where we get our buyers locked in. And if you need a listing presentation, then go to your broker and ask for a training on that. But this is what we do to lock down buyers. And most people that are buying and selling, they don't even care about the selling side because you've won them so over on the buy side. Not that that matters anyway. But you could just literally copy and paste this. Here's our slide deck. You can literally just go in here and use our slide deck if you want. You can go, this is literally exactly what we use with our clients. All of this is in this community. Also, if you want to ask questions, go for it. If you're in Southern California and you're watching this anytime soon, I'm doing a business planning workshop. You can come to our office. Here's a picture of our office. You can come into the office and you can learn how we do this. Links right here if you want to register. I'm going to probably do them every quarter live in person. But anyway, the reason for this video is you already know what you need to do. You just need to go into it. And there's something that's stopping you, some shiny thing you want to take up, some new lead source that you want to do. Whatever it is, probably don't do it. Here's the advice that I paid well over 6 figures to hear is how do you get business already? Great. For us, online leads. For you, maybe it's open houses. Cool. Can you do more of it? The reality is you can probably do more of it. If you said open houses, it's like, oh yeah, I already do open houses. It's like, well, do you do it every Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 5? Can you do longer open houses? Have you ever heard of a new build? They're trying to sell those houses. How long are their open houses? That's right. They're open from 9 to 5 every single day, 7 days a week, right? So like, can you do open houses more? Yes, absolutely you can. Can you do them? If you cannot do them anymore, can you do them better? I guarantee you can do them better. And if you cannot do what you're doing anymore and you cannot do it any better, which you absolutely can do one or both of those things, then you can do something new. And you do not need to do anything new because you can do more or better of what you're already doing. And I paid a lot of money for that advice and we just listened to it and it has helped the business dramatically. So whatever you find helpful, hopefully you like this message. If you did, like and subscribe. And then I have this next video that I think you'll also like as well too.